Hey, primates, links to the video we react to today are in the description below. Also be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the little bell to be notified whenever we go live or put out new content. It really helps us out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show. Okay, so hopefully we're back up and running. Hey, sorry about that. The freaking power went out, bro. I swear, it's the most freaking, today has been the most complicated streaming day. I'm sorry. Things keep coming up. Everybody needs my help all of a sudden as soon as I start streaming. So sorry about that. I will try to edit this at the end of the other episode, the other piece. We'll continue from here. Alright, there we go.
Some music, and after moving down the hall of what seems to be a labyrinth of very similar rooms, he soon realizes that he's not alone, with inanimate objects moving on their own. Not just that, but he sees what appears to be the headless body of a young child running away. He walks back towards the room with the radio and hears this report.
Almost a week had passed since the shocking, gruesome discovery of little Timmy. The 11-year-old was walking on his way home when he most likely was kidnapped. His mother made a public plea to the killer to release her son, saying she just wanted him home so she could cook him his favorite meal, spicy fried chicken. Little Timmy's body was found 2 days later near the Loveland Forest. He was found wearing his favorite yellow jacket and blue jean shorts, the same clothes he had been wearing at the time of
Bro, he likes spicy fried chicken, actually, though. That's a win.
kidnapping. However, both of his arms and his head had been detached from his body. It is said that little Timmy was most likely kidnapped and tortured. His severed head was found near his body, while his arms were found some distance away. An autopsy revealed that he had been knocked unconscious with a blunt object, such as a hammer. It is also believed that little Timmy may have been alive while his arms were severed, which could explain why his arms were found further from his body. Little Timmy most likely ran around, armless for a few minutes, calling out for his parents to rescue him, to no avail, until he passed out from the loss of blood. That is the point at which the killers caught up to him and chopped off his head. The autopsy also revealed that his last meal had been spicy fried chicken. The case is still unsolved, so if anyone has any information, please reach out to local authorities.
Turning around, Paul sees the aforementioned yellow jacket and jeans which Timmy would have been wearing at the time of his death. Paul walks through a corridor which seems to be changing. Hallways which were previously linear now had halls branching off of them. These hallways also possess very creepy drawings on the walls, along with advice that it can hear but cannot see, and gives him instructions on how to escape. Paul finds a trail of blood leading to a set of doors, and then out of nowhere, a horrifying creature bursts through the doors and gives chase. The creature finally moves on, and then Paul proceeds deeper into the back rooms. He finds a mannequin with its arms and its head missing, and a photograph which has items circled, and on the back the word "find." Being really careful not to make noise, Paul sneaks around the impossibly huge area and finds all 6 items needed. Thinking that he can now escape, Paul is very much mistaken, as what appears to be a hand covers his camera and then the screen goes black.
The reveal!
Paul seems to regain some awareness after his accident, and he hears his friends' horror as they realise that Paul has actually broken his neck and is not breathing. Instead of doing what good friends should do and call an ambulance, they leg it, and Paul dies a few minutes later. These friends didn't grab the camera though, and that is something which is very significant. You see, this camera holds a dark secret. Not long before the accident, Paul and his friends, Liam and Drake, follow a young boy through the woods and gain his trust. This boy is wearing a yellow coat. It's Timmy.
Wait, so was Paul the one who murdered Timmy?
Now, we go back to the report from the radio earlier. It seems that Paul, Liam and Drake were the ones who killed young Timmy. This note tells us that Timmy was befriended by the teenagers, and they lured him to the basement of Liam's home. They even went as far as to give him his favourite meal before they tortured and killed him. As we know, Paul died at the scene, and it says after the game the camera's contents were seized as evidence, and Liam and Drake received the toughest possible punishment for this horrible crime and received the death sentence. You could say that Paul escaped justice by dying in some sense, but really Paul received the worst justice of them all. Stuck in the back rooms forever. The monster chasing him was obviously a manifestation of Timmy, out for revenge and determined to make Paul suffer. It seems that Paul may have been trapped in a sort of purgatory. Now, what happened to Paul after he was grabbed isn't known yet, but as this game is still in early access, it's going to be very interesting to see where it goes next. Now this is just a theory, but it's entirely possible that Paul was dragged off by an entity that is similar to, or even could have been, the Clocksmith, who in Backrooms lore is a humanoid male known as Entity 95. Entity 95 is said to be able to manipulate time, but again that's just speculation. After spending about an hour or so in the back rooms, it seems that time at least appeared to stand still in reality. The backrooms would therefore have a different concept of time, given that the backrooms are essentially a different dimension, and it's very difficult to get out. Anyway, how plausible this theory is remains to be seen, but this room where you find the bag is full of clocks, which points me to it potentially being the clocksmith who grabbed Paul. I guess we'll find out soon enough. So as with the title of this final chapter, the tragic...
I kinda got like the murder scene, but I thought we were playing as Timmy and trying to figure out our own past. I didn't know we were the freaking teenager
this
that
leads
murdered
us to
him.
the inspiration for this story. Let me introduce you to a real-life case dubbed the Oakland County Child Killer Case. On March 16th, 1977, a boy named Timothy King from Birmingham, Michigan, would borrow some money from his older sister and would go to the corner store on his skateboard at 8:30 p.m. to get some sweets. The clerk at the store said that Timothy had arrived, bought the sweets, and left out of the back door, but Timothy didn't make it home. He was eventually considered missing by the police. But this was common at this time too. 6 other children had gone missing in the area, with all of the children found murdered. Tim's father Barry made pleas to anyone who may have seen or had anything to do with his disappearance to send him home. I won't go too much into the case here, you can look it up yourself, but 7 days later Timothy's body was found in a ditch, and he was wearing the same clothes as he had on when he left for the store that day. Similar to what Paul, Liam and Drake did, the killer gave Timothy his favourite meal, KFC. Contrary to the actual real-life crime, it's unclear whether there was another motive for this crime other than kidnapping, torture and murder. But that's it for this video on the Backrooms 1998. If you did enjoy this video, then please leave a like on it and subscribe if you aren't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts, but for now, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.
I didn't know that they took inspiration from like a real life event. That's freaking wild, dude. Absolutely great. Thank you for the video. I will try to edit that a little bit better. Sorry, the freaking power went out midway through that video, but I will share this one on the Discord. Please go and check it out. Thank you so much, Primates, for watching this all the way to the end. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the little bell for a rainbow explosion that will go ahead and notify you every single time we go live or put out new content. Thank you so much, goodbye, and thanks for swinging by.